Well, good evening. I'm getting ready to do some projects here. If you can see behind me, I've got a few things on the table. Just doing a quick update. Let's take a look what we got over here. I've been pretty busy for the last few months, really working hard, trying to get a lot of stuff done for the family and stuff ready for our holiday shows and everything else. So a few things had to get put on the side, and getting back to it. I need to do a gas ring replacement on this non-RC related part. I did update to a new charger, new high-tech dual channel charger. I think it's awesome. It's smaller than my old system. It charges what I need it to charge. I don't need to fast charge really large batteries, so it does an excellent job. Ordered some new batteries and have a few for a friend sitting here. What else do we have? Oh, I know. We put a new F9 housing under the creature. You can kind of peek in there and see that. And so one of the old housings on there actually went on my son's truck, on his 1.9 Wraith. But I had an issue at the Recon G6 birthday bash, and this is an older version 1 housing. And I've ran 4 sets of these Axial housings. This is the first time I've ever had one break. So I was, kind of shocked that it broke when it fell off the 3.5-foot ledge, but not much. It was really cold that day. I kind of figure it was going to happen at some point in time. So when you're going to do it, you might as well just do it big. Luckily, all the parts stuck in there. You can see that there's a layer of marine grease. Usually I put a thin layer of marine grease when I assemble these axles in there, just because sometimes debris does get in there, and rather than it winding its way all the way into your diff gear, it just kind of sticks in the housing itself. So hopefully that kind of stopped junk from getting in there. Well, I got the old axle pulled off. I just got to get it pulled apart and cleaned up and ready for the next axle housings that are coming. And this is the Scout, the underside. You can kind of see in there a little bit. Set up with CMS, chassis mounted servo. The electronics are back here, kind of hidden underneath the body itself. You can see the wiring poking out. That's got to get cleaned up. And obviously, you know, axle put back on the front. But it seems the time has come to do some changes. We'll have to see where that goes from here. Alright, I got the Scout off the table. Made a little bit of room. Check that out. Let me get this puppy open. I'll be right back. Oh man, this thing. I just got it out of the box and I am really digging it. But before that, let me just show you real quick. Here's the little ready to run tactic radio. Nothing special, you get the job done. Bag of goodies. All kinds of light covers and extra parts. Naturally, the thing that people always ask, what are those? And I always tell them it's nipple covers. And naturally, Axial always has an excellent manual. And it looks like we have some really sick looking decals right here. Can't wait to get that open and look at that little plastic wrap in there. So let's try pulling off some pins here, one-handed. Oh, I like that. You know, it used to have a a tire recess. So you could put a spare tire in there. But, I mean, you can get creative. You can cut it out. You can put your spare tire up here and put all kinds of cargo stuff in here. This is really cool. Or you can, if you want to, get the old plastic. I'm sure that there's plenty of them out there for the spare tire to put it in there. Love this giant looking fuel cell. It's right at home in there. You could easily detail that and put on a cap and some plumbing just to make it look a little bit more realistic. You could even put some little metal bands over these fake metal bands. And, let's see. There it is. Let's get some stuff out of the way. You know, even though it's new, it's not supposed to be anything extra special, but it's a definite base to start with. I mean, you have the mounts for the sliders right here. It doesn't have the sliders on them, which I should be getting some different sliders from a certain manufacturer of fine trail armor, possibly at this retailer soon. This thing is clean. I've only unboxed one new Axial product in my whole life, and that was our son's deadbolt we got a few years ago, which has gone through many, many changes, which ended up as his 1.9 Wraith, and those chassis rails and body actually ended up as the base for the Creature truck. So we're going to see where this goes. I'm going to actually fire this thing up here in a sec and get it running. And we're going to drive it around a little bit. But the spoiler part of this is, yes, it's going to end up under the Scout. I've been wanting to put 10-2 style goodies under there for a very long time. And these AR-44s will just look freaking spectacular underneath that truck. It'll be a little bit. I'm going to try and get through some other things we have going on. We have, obviously, Christmas coming up in a week, and we have our New Year's NVRC run. So we'll see how far we get. This might actually end up there in this form to cruise some trails. Maybe to give to a few people to try out. Take a look at it. So I think that's it for now. I'll come back as soon as I start tearing stuff apart. And maybe I'll come back sometime later with the teardown of the Scout, just to kind of show how this chassis and its rails are going to fit in here. It's actually pretty basic, but there's a lot of cleanup that has to go with this thing before I put brand new everything underneath it. So I will catch you guys later, and just keep a lookout. We'll talk to you later.